That's a massive mug that you've got right there. Yeah.
And so I can sit and drink warm tea without having to get up for like an hour.
Nice. I love that for
Dude.
you. Well, you will.
Freedom.
You will have to get up because you're going to have to pee every 2 seconds.
It's very true. It's very true.
I have been wanting this thing that I saw on Amazon that I'm sure literally everybody already knows about, but it's a cast iron, like a trivet almost, for your teapot, and you light a little tea light candle underneath it, and then you just set your teapot on it, and it keeps it warm and hot the whole time.
In an old ass fashioned way.
Yes, but what else are you gonna do? Just microwave it every 5 seconds?
They make mug warmers. I used to have one. You plugged it into the wall socket, and it would like sit on the table, and you could set your mug on it. But I like to drink with really big mugs, and I had to quit using it because all of my mugs, like their asses were too big
just get cracked
for the heater. It just wouldn't sit on it right. It never sat right, and I gave up. I needed a big mug.
You need a smaller ass on your mugs.
I do.
I've seen those before, the ones, and especially the ones that are on USBs. You can like hook them into your computer. I always felt like they were like a scam. Like they were some Sky Mall bullshit that you could buy, and it would get mildly hot, but just hot enough to piss you off.
I feel that way about the USB ones. I say that with no experience, but I just cannot see how your small ass computer battery could do that.
Heats my tea.
Yeah, it's gonna be like plugging like something into a lemon to make a battery. I just feel like it's not gonna work.
Like
well.
it'll like it's enough to make you go ooh, but it's not enough to actually do anything. Yeah. That being said, I love Sky Mall.
Who doesn't love Sky Mall, though?
I'm sad it's not a thing. Is it a thing anymore? I haven't seen it in any of my recent flights.
It wasn't on my Tampa flight or my Dallas flight. It's true.
Spirit Airlines.
Spirit would have charged me $8 just to touch a Sky Mall, not even to open it.
For the privilege. I'd pay for it.
For the privilege. All things considered, I really enjoyed Spirit.
Really?
I've heard a lot of shit about Spirit and people like shitting on Spirit. Oh. And it does suck a little bit how they add things on. Like the flight back, because I brought back probably 10 pounds of seashells, not an exaggeration. And they're the big ones. And so we were like, well, we'll put them in Hunter's carry-on. They'll make it. And so we like wrapped him up in t-shirts and shit. But it put his bag over 40 pounds, which I feel like the standard's 50 everywhere else. So. And it put us over 40 pounds. We had 43 pounds. And we had to pay an extra $35 for 3 fucking pounds. And that was the one time, and it was the flight back that I was just like, Well, and see, my thing is that, I was just like, my experience with Spirit was good. And it was, but like, honestly.
That's me on the daily. My experience with Spirit's pretty good.
And,
Generally.
Well, and like we survived. And like to me that's my level of success for an airplane.
It's like a pass fail kind of thing. There's no in between.
Yeah. So I guess you'll know when I don't approve of an airplane. Everyone will.
Oh God. Oh, this is dark. We are talking about something decidedly not dark today.
Yes, as you called it, a soft bitch episode, which I appreciate.
The soft bitch of an episode. We've divulged to each other what we're going to be talking about, and they're like e-boys of the spiritual world. So we're going to be talking about some sappy Victorian powdery ass soft bitches.
Yeah, we are soft bitches.
I say that knowing nothing about your topic except what you're talking about.
You're not far off.
Okay, great.
You're not far off. Mine has a smidgen of a bonus.
Oh.
Which
demons.
I'm excited about.
Exercises, demons.
Well, it's a rehashing.
Oh.
Rehashing of an old friend. And I'm excited.
Is it a part of the mint family?
It isn't. You know what? No.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
My cans.
Whoa.
What are you talking about? What's your soft bitch?
Lilac.
Oh. Every time I see lilac, or hear lilac rather, I think of that episode of SpongeBob where Squidward like takes a big whiff and he goes, lilac. It's like bath soaps.
Squidward is so me. I think all of us like kind of like growing, like, millennial people, we're all Squidward.
Oh yeah.
Everyone is Squidward.
I've seen as you get old, like when you're a kid, he's the killjoy and he's like the bad guy. Not the bad guy, that would be Plankton, but like he's the bleh guy. And then you get older and you're like, oh no, he's just incredibly realistic about how he feels about things.
Absolutely. And in so many levels, I align with his beliefs.
Absolutely. I am Squidward.
I am Squidward.
We need shirts that say I am Squidward.
I am Squidward. And then we'll just add Nickelodeon to the list of people who will sue us.
Sue us, yeah. Well, I am Squidward, Witch Bitch Amateur Hour.
There it is. Great.
I'm going to talk to you today. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm talking to you today about Rose.
A big one.
Honestly. A big one. And I don't know.
One.
I don't know if you remember this, but at one point we referred to Rose as a big puss. And it cracked you up. Do you remember that?
It did. Yeah. I do remember that.
That's somewhere in the blooper archive. I was like, I don't know if we want to say big puss on the podcast, just yet. I was, we're quite comfortable with that level of language.
So, yes.
But now we can firmly say Rose is a big puss. So I forget who goes first because we had the spooky sode. Which, by the way...
Good reception
for that sode, man. Lots of people went and listened to the Gary Sudbrink recordings.
I listened for about 14 seconds. And so I was like, I want to know if it sounds exactly like the way it sounds that I think it does. And so I got on and I literally made it to is Gary Sudbrink there? And I was like, and yes, it does. And I clicked out of it.
That's all I needed.
That's all I needed. That's all I needed.
I almost feel like it was one of those things that has a spell worked into it because since I've heard it, I can't stop thinking about it. And I feel this...
Well, and when you just were telling me about it, and it was interesting because you mentioned at the end, you're like people who read it or listen to it get this just deep feeling of unease. And I was just sitting here. I just wanted to crawl out of my skin. It was just like, ugh.
It's just so unsettling, I guess is the word for it. It's not like a ghost popped up in my face and said, boo, like that level of scary. It's just...
No, it feels wrong.
It's wrong. Yeah, it's just wrong enough to make you go, but today, we're clearing the air a little bit with some fancy girls. Before we go any further, we have a Patreon shout out, a segment. The first one.
Segment.
Whoa. Today's episode is dedicated to Aubrey F. I really am trying to work in Wake Me Up Before You Go.
Aubrey F.
Before you F.
Go.
Oh.
Don't leave me hanging
on like a yo-yo?
Is that such a lame lyric? I think that's what he actually says,
don't
too.
Don't leave me hanging on like a yo-yo. Aubrey F. Before you go. Take me to Aubrey tonight. Or as I like to say, Tony Danza tonight.
Oh.
In Friends, Phoebe thought the lyrics to Tiny Dancer
were
Tony Danza. So anytime I can work Tony Danza in, it's going to happen. So thank you, Aubrey F. Throw some lavenders. Pour some lavender on me.
Pour some lilac on. How does that go? Let me pull up my notes. I'm in between Book of Shadows right now, and I'm real struggling. My words aren't coming out.
Book of Shadows is what.
And I'm real struggling. Oh,
lavender. No, lilac.
You don't listen to me.
I'm already fucking it up, man. Already.
Not only do I present to you a soft Victorian bitch.
Oh.
I also present to you a little horny.
Oh my God. Okay, all right. Let's do it.
So this is, I think, the third installment of Macy's Little Hornies.
Oh, jeez.
Coming back at you. Springtime, Texas, 2020.
We always kick off the Little Hornies around springtime.
It's when it happens.
So applicable.
Yeah. So applicable. So, lilacs. They're one of the first flowers to bloom, So winter's leaving. It's cool, icy shit bitch grip, and it's going away. And winter's pissing off. And so you have I'm I've reached my point of being over it.
Really?
At this point. Yeah. I've made it real far. I've pretty much made it the whole way. And now I'm I have about 3 weeks left, and I'm going to piss and moan about it. So
I've been pissing and moaning the whole time because I felt like it hasn't started.
Oh yeah, we really haven't had a winter, but it's been cold enough to bother me.
So I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be extra salty this summer.
Great.
We didn't even have a winter.
Great. I love it. You'll be about probably how I was last winter, because I was in a dark place.
You almost died.
I was sick the whole winter, and I think I was making myself sick just being so negative about it.
Yeah, true. I guess there has been a fair amount of improvement. Tell me about Lavender. Gonna keep doing.
So you start to notice lavender. God damn it!
Gotcha, bitch.
You start to notice lilac doing its thing around when you start to notice daffodils coming up and things like that. It's really one of the early, it comes up after winter's left and spring is starting, but it's still kind of cold and the ground is still cold and a lot of things still might not survive, but they're good now to start getting ready to do their shit to get ready.
She's an early bloomer.
Early bloomer. And that comes into like the metaphysical shit later, sort of. So they're incredibly hardy plants, like big time hardy plants. And so much so that the lilac is actually New Hampshire's state flower to represent the residents' hardy nature.
All right. Sure. Yeah. All right. Cool.
I thought that was so cute. It's just like, that's the reason it was chosen. I love it.
I can see people sitting down in a meeting trying to decide what their flower should be, and somebody's like, we should get something that represents our hardy nature.
It's got to be a hardy one. I just think it's adorable.
We are a hardy folk.
Lilacs. They originate from southeastern Europe. And originally, I don't want to say originally, but like they had a pretty common use when they were in bloom as funeral flowers because their scent is so strong.
Dope.
Right. It could just like cover up death smell. At least as much as you could, back in the day, cover up death smell.
So there's a Smiths lyric from a song called Suffer Little Children. But fresh lilac moorland fields cannot hide the stolid stench of death. And
there you go.
And it makes sense now.
Oh, wow. I just put my notes away like I know what I'm talking about.
And I'm an expert now.
And I know all about lilac. So having lilacs used as funeral flowers for a good long while, and still in some areas, like there's a superstition that they're kind of bad luck.
Oh.
You don't want to bring one in the house.
Oh.
There's a lore even that if a maiden wore a lilac flower, she'd be single forever, first of all.
Wait, hold on. So
forever.
If you accidentally wear a lilac flower, you are fucked.
Yeah, for life. You're going to be an old spinster.
Great. Cool.
Mm-hmm. That's all it takes. That's what Ylang-Ylang needed. They just needed to cover Ylang-Ylang in lilacs, and then no little touchy dudes would have come over and touched her.
If only they would have known, they could have kept the touchy dudes away. Ylang! We haven't had a good Ylang in a while.
We haven't, man. That's a good one to do every now and again, just to like clear out your lungs. Just like you just unleash it out. It comes out of your body. It's great.
It's kind of.
Oh, also another thing. This is great and very subtle. And to me, it's almost like the modern day equivalent of like sending somebody a bag of dicks, but a little more targeted. So if you wanted to break off an engagement, you'd send lilacs.
Oh no! What a passive aggressive shit ass way.
Because think about it. What if you didn't know the lore, and what if you just get them and you're like, oh flowers, lilacs. This is so good, and you've been broken up with and you have no idea.
Oh, and you like, oh no. Or if everyone does know and you live with your family and one day you like come in the kitchen and your whole family's sitting there and your mom has like brought in a bouquet of lilacs and everyone fucking knows. That's sad.
Yeah. So that's kind of their start. So, that kind of changed when you bring in Victorian times.
Oh.
So in come Victorian times, and the flower kind of gets like a meaning makeover.
Well, yeah. Well, the Victorians loved death. They loved it.
Well, very true. Very true. Just sit around and just think about it.
Just picnic in cemeteries and be like, God damn it, I wish I was in one of these graves.
I just wish I was in one of these graves. God damn.
I'm just going to eat my turkey sandwich until I die.
I, though, in seriousness, and I know you agree, am an advocate for having a picnic in a cemetery.
Absolutely.
One of the most wonderful places to do it. It's wonderful.
Serene, well kept. It's just a nice place to be.
We should do that soon.
Absolutely. Why haven't we done
this? The Canton Cemetery, even though it's in the middle of town, is lovely. It's lovely. And that's like, there's these big trees and you can just walk all through it, and there's old fucking graves.
Let's do it. I'm excited for that.
And in this Victorian time, when they were happy with death and having picnics with cemeteries and things like that, they decided, you know what, lilac's a love flower. Lilac, there's some love potential here.
Okay.
And so the lilac bush, which some people call it a lilac tree because it can kind of do that, but it's really made of a whole bunch of little stems. It's huge. It could grow to like 30 fucking feet tall. They can just become this massive, massive thing. It's often pruned to be about 6 to 8 feet tall if people want like hedgy type height. Lilac rows out of them. The scientific name for lilac is Syringa vulgaris.
Oh,
and
vulgaris.
do you know what? I did a little looking as to what that is and why things are called that. Do you know? Did you look that up?
It's vulvular.
No, I wanted it to be something of the nature.
All
right. Ross. I can't think of Ross or vulva and not think of Ross, and I wish it was different.
Ew, I can't think of that. I can't think of Ross and not think of vulva.
Oh, God. I don't cringe that easy, but for the rest of my life, that scene, I skip it.
Yeah, that one's rough. That one's really rough.
I can't handle it.
That whole episode is pretty hard.
Oh. But here's what it means.
Yes.
So it means common. It means like widespread. Oh. It is all over the place. That's what it means. So when you get like these things that ended vulgaris, it's just like common, widespread, all over the place.
Okay, all right. Not hard to come by. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
And there's a bit of lore behind the name.
I love lore.
I love lore. So Pan was really, really, really lusting after this really hot wood nymph named Syringa. And like so much so that, and I think I from what I could tell, it's Syringa. Might be syringa. Syringa. It's not syringa.
Jesus Christ. I'm a syringa.
Gross. I'm gonna accidentally say that so many times now throughout this. So to get away and just avoid his advances, Syringa was like, she turned herself into a lilac bush. Like he was chasing her through the woods, and she was trying to get away from Pan, and Pan, I guess, is just inconsolably on the chase for some nymph strange.
It makes sense.
And so he's
checks out.
And so he's running, and she's running, and she's like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna hide in plain sight. And she turns into a lilac bush. And so Pan finds the lilac bush, and I don't know if Pan was aware that like she was the lilac bush, but either way, he was compelled to cut pieces from the lilac bush and allegedly made the very first panpipes, or like panpipe flute set.
Oh, okay.
And because lilacs have hollow, like reedy runner tubes kind of things, and that's what he used. So it's like he kind of carried that with him forever. He made that little first panpipe out of the lilac bush that was Syringa. And
what part of her body was that he just cut from her?
You know, I'm gonna hope for the hair.
Hopefully. Yeah. Toenails.
Hair. You know, something cosmetic.
Yeah.
The scientific name again is Syringa vulgaris, and that derives from the Greek word syrinx, which means pipe. So the scientific name of the plant really ties back to that story of creating the panpipes.
Just gonna say, it sounds like a Game of Thrones character.
Syringa. It does. It sounds like also out of The Witcher. They have strange names in The Witcher. You wouldn't know.
I would, because I've played the game, but
I've realized just the way that I'm going to get back at you with this is I'm just going to act like, but because you haven't seen The Witcher, you don't know shit.
Here's the thing. That will totally work.
I know you well enough to know that I just keep being like, well, it's like in the, you know what? No,
you
haven't seen it.
Tomorrow, Macy, mark my words, tomorrow I will Marco you and be like, so I saw all of The Witcher and I'm here to tell you some things. I'm such an asshole.
I'm ready. So it's kind of impossible. I don't want to say impossible. It's really fucking hard to get your hands on actual real lilac essential oil. No distillation processes really work that great for it. It just doesn't extract very well. And so more often than not, you find, any lilac fragrance oil you get it's either synthetic or it's a combination of other essential oils to try to create the scent of lilac. But getting your hands on, and I saw something, they were calling it CO2 extracted, which that's nothing I'm familiar with, but like that's a method that you can get it, and it's well over $1,000, or it's in the thousands per ounce to get your hands on. It's very expensive. So most of the ones that you find are fragrance oils, not like the pure essential oil. And even some of the pure essential oil is pure essential oil, but it's other essential oils. It's kind of tricky. Lilacs, they're great to work with in times of renewal and new beginnings. And that traces back to the springtime, the very first ones kind of to be pushing through and being like, I'm going to get started. I'm going to start my fucking year today. And they do.
And anything, typically, as we've seen, anything that has to do with death is also kind of rebranded as this new beginning, like the Death Tarot card.
Yeah, that's interesting. This makes lilacs a really nice addition for spell work needs, or even resolution times, or just new goals, whatever. Incorporating them in some way, it makes them really good for that, because they are that jump-starty, new beginningsy kind of thing, in a strong way, like in a stout way, because when they're punching through the earth, it's cold and fucking hard, like,
punching through the earth.
and so I kind of, that was one, like we talk about sometimes, like when you read something, you're like, yo, yeah, that makes sense. It was like, I read that. I was like, I get it. I can dig it. It makes sense.
I can dig it.
But the bread and butter of lilacs is in love. And not just old fashioned love, fling love.
Saucy.
Yeah. Lilac's a little loose, let me tell you.
I would have never seen that.
I know. Really, like things like if you're looking for like a summer romance, if you're going on maybe a trip and you're like, it's a 2-week trip, I could probably lock something down, and you want like a trip fling. They're a great flower to add into like love, lust kind of spell work.
Okay, right.
A pure essential oil is hard to come by. A lot of people do diffuse the flowers in carrier oil, like a grapeseed or almond oil, or like jojoba. Is it jojoba?
I say jojoba.
Oh, I don't know how to pronounce it. Y'all know what I mean.
Jamba oil. Jamba juice.
Jabba the Hutt.
Steve Jobs.
Oh, that is one of my favorite things that we do.
If we didn't stop, we could just keep going
for days. Days. So and so you can put them in a carrier oil like that, and a lot of people, especially up a little further north. So I read something that was interesting. They were like, lilac up kind of in the northern United States is kind of like the azalea of the South. Azaleas, once you establish them, they just kind of take off. You don't really got to do much with them. They'll get huge. And they're kind of like that, except lilacs prefer a colder winter to kind of, they like that cold winter every year. And so they don't do as well down in the South, from what I could tell, like the deep South.
Same. I get it.
Yeah. And so like a lot of people though, from what I was seeing, just like houses will just have like fucking 18-foot tall lilac bushes, that are just in the backyard because they're common. And if you do that, you can make some lilac oil. And with that lilac oil, not only if you make it in a nice skin oil, you can use it on your skin. I'll get to that a little bit later, but you can use it to anoint objects such as yourself, candles for candle magic, divination tools, things like that. If you're planning, for your spell work, for your little love spell, and you can use it. You can use it in that.
For some reason, that was like such. It was like such a mom thing for some reason. It was just, oh, you know, your little love spell, you know.
Your little love spell, you know. So the blooms, they can also be used, and I want to do this. I want to get my hands on some lilac somehow. But they can be used
like it's cocaine. Somehow
yeah,
I'm gonna get my hands on
so
this.
I gotta find a guy to get these lilac. But I need fresh lilac flowers is the thing. So, but you can use them. And so I use witch hazel every day. I love witch hazel. I'm really big on it. And you know, more often than not during my days, that's all I'll use nowadays, since I've realized like it's when you over fuck with your skin that your skin is terrible.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like my go-to, and I just mainly use witch hazel. And you can use, there's like a little bit of a recipe, and you can use about 2 cups of like kind of slightly wilted, like they've sat out a little bit to let the oil start to activate. And then you put them in a jar, and then you fill the jar with witch hazel, and then you just let them sit for a couple days, and you just have this lilac scented and infused witch hazel.
Astringent kind.
Exactly. Well, and that's the thing, because lilacs are an astringent.
Oh.
And yeah, and so it's like very mild, but with these lilac flowers, you can like use it as an astringent with like the witch hazel, and it's also scented like lilac flowers.
How precious and lovely.
Isn't it? Here's what you can do. So y'all know me. I like bath magic. I'm a fan of the bath magic. I think you can adapt.
I love
bath magic. And I think that if you need to, I think you can adapt a lot of bath magic to shower magic. I think shower magic is just as valid as bath magic. It's a little different. It's not as long, you know, but I think you can get the job done there.
Absolutely.
You know, it's a tranquil time for most people. And I think that's kind of the key factor is that tranquil.
And you're alone and
yeah. So I guess this would maybe be a little hard to do not in a bath now that I'm reading it again. So I wrote this, like I made this up a little while ago, and now I'm reading it. And it's like, no, you need a bath. So in the bath, if it were me, I would use patchouli, vanilla, and ylang-ylang in the bath. Put some oil in the bath, get it smelling real nice, you know,
slick.
And put some lilac petals in there, like a good amount of them. I would recommend, because I'm throwing back to, I think over a year ago now. I would do the mirror ritual before this, because here's the thing. This is a spell for, you're trying to like lock down some like summer strange. Okay.
I felt like that was on the docket. All right. I like how it's not. I love how it's not like a summer love or even like a fling. It's summer strange.
Some summer strange. Yeah. So that's
hashtag for this episode. Hashtag summer strange.
So this is your bath for that, right? You're gearing up for that. So like, you know, you need to go into that feeling pretty. You need to be feeling yourself, right? You know. Yeah. And so I recommend the mirror ritual for that, because while it can be confronting, we've gotten a lot of emails, and it makes me really happy every time we get one of people who have done the mirror ritual and they're like, it's fucking great. And I love that. So, I mean, get yourself feeling like you're kind of on top of the world before you do this. And it's just good energy to bring into it. So you have your patchouli, vanilla, ylang-ylang in the bath, full of your petals. And, you know, say you got a charcoal disc and you got all kinds of smoke burning on it, and you love me incense or whatever, you know. I mean, it depends on how, like, if you want to take it to 11, you know,
I've always,
like, you know, you got the love me going, you got the oils going, you did the mirror ritual, so you're feeling yourself, and so you get into the bath, and say you could do some candle magic in the bath, in the scene, you know, have your candle carved up with your word or your herbs or your oil, dress your candle, and you could do that and shoot your intention into that.
Just needs to be strange.
It's just strange. And you know, the thing is, like, throw some sex magic in if you want, you know. I mean, you're in the bath.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like the way that I see this, if you're going, and this is again purely for a spell to like go get some, you know, this is not a spell for like you're going to find your soulmate. No. No, like this is not for that. No. And I think a lot of this is just purely the intention of making yourself feel good enough to go like on the prowl, you know, a little bit.
Yeah.
And so I've been looking a lot into, and you know, it's a discussion that comes up commonly in the coven is sex magic.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I've been looking into it, and to me, it makes perfect sense. Everything about it, I'm like, oh yeah, well,
no, that makes sense.
Yeah, I believe it.
Well, I mean, there is a lot of energy there, and a lot of people do want us to talk about it, but I just keep coming back to like, oh, my dad listens to this podcast.
Yeah, there's I have a book. It's the one that's just called Sex Magic.
Yeah, very straightforward.
And it's in my cart. I'm gonna order it here in a few days, and I want to book review it because I haven't done a book review in a long time.
Oh.
And I think that would be a fun one to book review.
Oh my gosh.
You know, I mean, so say you've done that, you've done all that stuff, you've done the ritual, you're in the bath, you've done candle magic, you got herbs going, you got lilac in the water and essential oils, and maybe you want to just seal the spell in with some sex magic. Go for it. To me, it's fits.
You just wrap up with a bang there at the end.
There you go, literally.
Huh.
Most of my bath magic is in meditation. So, you know, if candle magic's not your bag, which sometimes candle magic is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And it's like the way, it's like, I know that's the way I need to do this to get this done, you know? But more often than not, mine is through meditation and like in the bath. And I feel like I just conjure things that way. It's either that or I'm like real actual conjure shit and I'm putting bones and stuff into jars and shaking it around dirt and feathers.
Yeah.
But but if I'm not doing that, I'm usually meditating. So it's like, if that's your way to do it, I think that would totally work with the spell as well. You know, you could envision and kind of conceptualize what you want the spell to be for and all of that jazz, and that will work just as well. But either way, you need to leave this bath just feeling super sexy.
Yeah.
You know, and one thing with a lot of these is that you need to, with bath spells in general, don't towel off. Let it air dry. And so the oils, everything like that, if you just let yourself air dry, it's like it just lets it seep in. Like
what
the
about
spell just
seeping.
it's
just gonna seeping.
It's just gonna seep.
What about your crevices?
I mean, you know, I feel like a little bit of dabbing is all right.
Oh, okay, all right.
Just dab violently when you get out of the shower with your arms.
Dab, and you'll just kind of sling that water off. It'll be great.
Yeah, that's all you need to do. So that's my ritual for you. I've come to realize that I feel like most of my rituals are
bath related
or sex related.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well,
there you go. Do with that what you will. So the lilac bush itself, there's a whole lot of uses for it. And it's long been used for many things. It's excellent to use for making wands because of the long little reedy boys.
Okay.
You can also make staves. The flowers, oftentimes they bloom real big in their full time around Easter. So they've long been associated with Easter. They're also, they kind of have their meanings in Beltane as well, of course. They do.
That makes sense.
You know, you're already going a Maying. So.
Oh, I forgot about going a Maying.
Gotta go a Maying.
It's your ritual.
There it is.
Do the ritual if you plan to go a Maying.
If you plan to go a Maying. And then remember you washed your face with dew.
Oh, that was lovely. Oh, yeah.
That was luxurious. I remember being like, why do I not do that?
Just go outside.
Oh, which probably going to need it.
Wash with Mountain Dew. Yeah, you might need to freshen up after a good Maying. A good
Maying session in the wilderness. Lilac oil or petals can be added to charm bags. They can be carried and placed around the home. If it's for a love little charm bag that you've made, it could be one that you carry with you all the time. You know, maybe just a little one that you can keep in a pocket or something like that. Keep it in your bra.
Keep it in your panties.
Keep it wherever you think is necessary.
Panties.
That nature's pocket.
That little gusset that they put in a lot of panties. That little pocket, you know, right?
Yeah, is that what that's called? A gusset?
I think that's a gusset. I've seen disgusting videos where people like put their phones in that, and like if you sit on the toilet and your panties are like between your legs, they like use it to hold their phone.
That's
and watch videos.
Unacceptable.
That's not okay. If you've done this, don't hand me your phone.
Yeah, that's not okay. That's too addicted to your device.
To be fair, that was like a 5-minute crafts video, so you know those are almost never legitimate, but I'm sure there's some better.
I'm gonna choose to believe that no one ever actually has done that.
Oh shit. We've started it, and somebody will now.
Someone will now.
Jim will.
Fuck.
Put it right in his panties.
It'd be too wet.
I was just gonna say I don't think it would work because I feel like Jim only wears crotchless panties.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Or the edible kind.
Oh yeah, the little they're like Smarties on a string.
Yeah, he'd keep those. Yeah. He just he's got that kind of, I feel like he's got a bendy spine, so he could just kind of reach down and bite one off when he needs to.
Have a snack.
That's what he eats when he's chasing you through the desert. He's just eating his crotchless panties made out of candy.
Okay. All right.
He's really feeling the spirit of Lilac.
Oh boy.
He did the bath ritual. He's feeling it. He's really feeling himself.
Oh my God. Tell me about Lilac.
Anyway, I will tell you about Lilac, gladly. So while the focus of Lilacs is primarily about love, it certainly has its strengths in, you guessed it, exorcisms.
Jesus. All of these little hornies.
Yeah, I know. They're it's that death and love thing.
Okay.
It's weird. So Lilac is believed to be able to banish negativity or malicious spirits, possibly one because of the very strong, wonderful, nice scent, like this kind of just like too good for this negativity scent, I guess, from how it seems. But also because of the sturdiness and stoutness of the plant itself. It's a really good one to plant around your property to ward off. They're like little gargoyles. You like plant them around your property and they just like ward off and protect your property and keep it
They're just
safe.
Like just like a big sign that's just like no negative vibes, positive vibes only.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That would be honestly like the cheese lover in me just wants to get some and plant them and then make like little wooden plank signs to hang all over them. You just don't be a negative Nancy.
Only love grows here.
Just on every single one of them. They would hate me. So in the same vein, the flowers can be added to potpourri around the house. Please make sure your cats don't suck on it. I don't think it'll kill them. I don't know. I know you can eat, like you can have, because they'll use them as garnishes in food, lilac flowers, things like that. But don't let your cat suck on it. Or your bird.
If you're new here,
don't let it blow your bird.
If you're new here, don't let your cat suck on it is our general warning to all pets and familiars, not just cats.
Exactly. So
don't let it blow your bird.
Don't let it blow your bird.
Ugh.
So, but they also, along with that, you're almost gridding your house, like property, with these big bushy plants that just want you to love things and want you to, they're very loving. So it's like they're good little guardian kind of things to have around your house. So here's some fun facts. I have some fun facts for you about lilac.
They better be fun.
From FTD.com. Different colors of lilac can mean different things, like in spells, if you want to get down into like the nitty gritty. White symbolizes purity and innocence. Violet symbolizes spirituality. Blue, happiness and tranquility. Magenta, love and passion. And lilac, the color for which the flower is named, for first love.
So if you're really gonna do this bath ritual, magenta's like your go-to.
Magenta's your go-to. Exactly.
Like your passion.
So lilacs are the flower for your 8th wedding anniversary. So if you're just really feeling like throwing that 8th anniversary party, lilacs. They're the ones.
Well, it's like 8th. That's right after the 7-year itch. So if you make it past the 7-year itch,
there you go. Have a party about it.
Have a party about it.
So the Celtics regarded lilac as magical due to their incredibly intoxicating fragrance.
I love how Sean has visited you for once.
I've been struggling this episode.
I'm really loving it.
During the Victorian age, the giving of a lilac was meant to be a reminder of an old love. In fact, it was, and this is kind of bittersweet, but it was pretty common to see widows wearing it. You would see widows wearing lilac. And Russia, holding a sprig of lilac over a newborn would bring wisdom.
Just how long That's very nondescript. How long do you have to hold it?
Hang it on the
How
mobile,
close
I guess?
do you have to hold it? I don't know.
Don't.
Just don't.
Don't let your baby suck on it.
Don't. No.
So that's that.
I like it.
I'm done now.
I'm just very non-ceremonious. First of all, I am amazed at how similar our topics go.
Great.
So that's always great when that happens. But I was also not aware of so much background and so much lore with the lilac. Lilac. So, we just come out and say, your girls got sponsored.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
We want to say a little something about our sponsor for this episode.
Yeah. So we made a promise to you guys that we wouldn't be doing any like big ads, like you have your podcast and everybody is like the big ads, that we didn't think would be applicable to you guys or, be something that would be useful or anything like that. Mm-hmm. Except for we did get this one, and Charlie and me both agreed that this is one that we were excited to do.
Something we frequently talk about on the podcast and off air between ourselves, quite frankly, is mental health. Running a podcast has been one of the most rewarding things that either of us have ever done, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, Macy, but I'm putting words in your mouth. But it's also been one of the most challenging.
Yeah, like between the like technical issues, deadlines, just travel back and forth, which adds up. Learning new platforms and technology, which for me is like, it's been like surprisingly busy for us.
It's been.
And frankly, sometimes the stress, like there have been times like we had our mental health episode, like it just, it becomes a lot to deal with.
We haven't made a secret of the fact that we're both advocates for talk therapy. We talk all the time. Well, I mean, honestly, on our first few episodes, we talked about how this podcast is sort of like talk therapy for the two of us.
Yeah, it really is.
And we certainly air a lot of our grievances out to you guys. But with how busy our lives have gotten with the podcast and with life in general, we don't always have the time or the mental ambition to make a in-person appointment with a counselor.
That's very true. And like I live out in the sticks. Finding a counselor, something like that, it just for some reason out here it seems like a lot.
And you might not like who you get.
We were contacted by BetterHelp, and that's what we were excited about this, because this is something that we're like, you know what, mental health is important, and it's something that we're really proud to be associated with. It's an affordable, like a convenient connection. It's a way to be able to talk to somebody in a very flexible way, and it doesn't feel as rigid as, all right, I've got to go to my counselor appointment.
And I only have 1 hour.
And also it's private. It's a way to be able to do things like this just from the privacy of you and your device.
You choose when you want to schedule your video or your phone session, and you can move at your own speed in a safe and confidential environment. A lot of people are freaked out when it comes to therapy that they're going to be forced to talk about things that they're not ready to talk about, or they're not going to be able to schedule during a time, maybe you work nights and you can't go during the day. You have a lot more control in this situation. In addition to speaking with your therapist, you can also text one of BetterHelp's professional counselors that specialize in
stress,
anxiety,
relationships,
sleeping,
trauma,
anger,
family conflicts,
LGBT matters,
grief,
self-esteem,
and
more. Was that cute?
So we talk a lot about self-confrontation here and how it can be really hard, but necessary. Sometimes taking the first step just to talk to someone can be difficult as well. And if you have identified that something is standing in the way of your happiness or just achieving the goals that you're trying to achieve, I feel like BetterHelp is something that could be there for you.
Something that kept me personally away from therapy, because I've not hidden the fact that I do see see a counselor, but something that kept me away for so long was the fear of the unknown. Like, what if I didn't like who I was talking to? Would they share my personal sessions? Would they share that with other people or judge me for being there? What if I couldn't afford it? BetterHelp allows you to change your therapist for any reason at any time. It's totally confidential, and the financial aid is available for those who qualify.
So they have 3,000 licensed therapists in the US alone. So kind of no matter where you are, you could start talking in less than 24 hours. You could get set up and start talking in less than 24 hours. If you've never spoken to a therapist before, it's never really been any easier to do it. It's available on desktop, mobile web, Android, and iOS. So it's kind of everywhere.
Listeners of WBAH, the Fellowship of the beans. Get 10% off your first month with the discount code WITCH. That's WITCH. That's betterhelp.com/witch to fill out your questionnaire and get matched to a counselor who's really going to get you.
Really going to get you. That is betterhelp.com/witch to get started.
I'm going to talk to you about Rose. Very similar, it sounds like. I even have a part where I go through and break it down by color, so.
Oh, good.
So, Rose. It's in the Rosa genus. And I feel
original.
Rosa. I feel like most of us know what a rose is, so I didn't really go too far into that.
Right.
The zodiac sign is Taurus. Planet is Venus, for reasons that will come into play. The element is water, and the deity is Aphrodite. Now,
makes perfect sense.
It's most usually, but not always, Aphrodite. So it's pretty much all of the love deities, with a special nod to Isis on this one.
Oh.
Yeah. The Egyptian hieroglyph that means gateway, it's a rose. Its picture is a rose. So it's got a little bit of a double meaning here. It goes hand in hand with Isis being the goddess of not only love, but also the goddess of knowledge of magic and magical things and mysteries and gateways to other realms and things such as this. So a lot of people do immediately kind of go to Aphrodite/Venus on this one, but I kind of, in my mind, it fits more with Isis and her whole bag. Rose is highly accessible to people.
Yeah.
And it's extremely, extremely versatile. I read someone say that Rose is your, and I hate to say it again because I feel like I'm saying this every episode, but it's your crystal quartz of flowers.
Yeah, I've heard that too. It's an amplifier and you can just kind of put it with everything.
It can kind of take the place of anything. It's so versatile. It's like that crystal quartz or like that rosemary in the world of herbs. And unlike some plants that we've done in the past, rose is hugely metaphysical. It's huge in the metaphys. Like sometimes we'll do a plant and it's got like all these wonderful mundane applications and medical applications, but just like a small smattering of magical uses. That's not the case with rose. In fact, I'm probably going to like breeze through the earthly benefits here and spend most of my time in the celestial. So rose has been propagated for over 5,000 years. Roses have well over 100 species among the ranks. There's a ton of different kinds of roses. Historically, rose has been used for medicinal reasons. So everything from stomach upsets to sore throats to dry skin, which is still used for today. Those are the heavy hitters. Rose, and particularly rose hips, which are the fruit of the rose, which I wasn't aware of. I didn't know that rose had a fruit, which it's... I guess if it has a flower, does it always have a fruit? Is that how that works?
I don't know.
But anyway, rose hips are the fruit of the rose, and they are highly plentiful in vitamin C. So it's really good for fighting infections. Some people make teas or even tinctures out of rose hips, which sounds like it would just smell awesome. But they add that to their cold and flu arsenal. Rose is very, very cooling to the skin, so it's good in rose water. You can use that to mist your face. You're also going to get the added benefits there of your vitamin C. It's also an astringent. It has astringent properties. So I'm sure it would also work in the witch hazel dilution kind of thing.
It does. I just ran out of rose witch hazel.
There you go.
It was nice.
So that high level of vitamin C is also really good for your skin. The fact that it's cooling is also going to be good if you do have sensitive skin or skin that gets very hot, such as rosacea. It can cool your burns. Probably not like as soon as you get one, you don't want to like smear a rose on it. But if you've got like a slight sunburn or a burn that you got yesterday and it's just kind of hot, you can use rose to cool the skin. And it will also calm overly itchy bug bites.
That's big here. I've gotten really into facial mists.
I like a good facial mist.
I love it. I use it all the time. Ever since that trip to Galveston when we had that lavender water.
That was so good.
And I've not stopped using it.
I love a good facial mist. And I love it after you put on makeup because
it sets it and I feel like it just makes it
kind of melt, melts into your skin. And then I always like to tell people, keep your facial mists like in your fridge because it's
so refreshing.
It's so refreshing. refreshing. It'll make it last longer, like in general, but it's also
Yeah.
so cool. In ancient medicine, rose was used as a healer for nerve disorders. And while that's not really still done today, because we have a better understanding of nerve disorders, we kind of translate this into what we might call soothing properties. So rose is good for kind of bringing you down, chilling you out. Rose and its parts are currently being researched for controlling cancer growth, which is just an interesting tidbit. It's not medical advice. In the same vein of things being interesting, but I'm not necessarily like pushing you to, I do not recommend this. I once heard that stolen roses grow the best, which is not medical, but I just thought it would throw that in there.
But it's a nice little bit of lore.
A little bit of lore. I don't want to tell you to go steal some roses, but stolen roses do grow the best.
Stolen roses.
So it takes over 4 tons or 8,000 pounds of roses to make 1 kilogram of rose oil. So
not very much.
It's extremely expensive. It's extremely, extremely expensive. And just like with lavender, it sounds like you need to watch out for these fake oils.
Lilac.
Did I say lavender again? Cunt.
Yeah, you did.
Shit. Like in the case of lilac, you need to be on the lookout for these fake oils, oils that they say rose, but it turns out it's just rose scented. Or they say rose and it turns out, there's some other plants that have rose in the name that people will use, things like that. I was told once that if you are shopping and you see a 100 ml bottle of rose oil and it's like $5, there's no way.
It's not
expect to pay a little bit for your rose oil. That's all I got for the mundane. And now I'm just going to flood you with an overabundance of metaphysical properties. Here we go. Rose.
Hey, that's what we're here for.
Rose. Get this, Mace. You know how light eliminates stress?
Oh,
you remember that? Rose has the highest vibe of all the plants.
That is what I've heard. That's
all the plants.
The word on the street. Yeah.
King of the plants. Apparently. Its frequency is just blasting off the charts. This makes it really good for cleansing in a metaphysical sense. When so many people are looking for sage alternatives, the rose is a really great option because it cleanses just as well as sage. However, it can be grown and dried at home. It smells great, and its high frequency not only cleanses, but it leaves a dreamy energy in its wake.
It really does. And that's kind of, and it's similar to the lilac thing to where it's like, yeah, well, pure essential oil that's immensely potent is so expensive. You can make rose water to cleanse with not that many roses.
Oh yeah.
Like you could make, and that is something that's really accessible, especially too, if you live in an apartment or places that, like, if you have allergies, we have people post in the Coven a lot, like, what can I do if I can't smoke cleanse?
Yeah.
Like, what do I do? And that'd be a good one. Like, make some rose water
is a great
spray your place down.
Well, Mace, I have a recipe for rose water at the end of this.
Great.
Yeah, and spray is a wonderful alternative because it's very fine and it can get up to the high places and it can get everywhere just like a smoke can. But it's not gonna leave a smoky smell in your apartment.
Right.
You're getting charged for shit. Asthma. I want to talk to you about my asthma. So rose is heavily tied to love, obviously. I think even when you're not into magical practices, you know that a rose equals love. And it's also heavily tied to love deities. So much so that sometimes its other properties are completely overlooked. Just as much as rose works in the ways of love, it's also a flower of protection. There's that wonderful duality in roses, the sweet smell and then the beauty and all of this, but there's also that thorn that the rose has.
The thorn.
Every rose has its thorn.
If a cowboy sings a sad song.
I can't even understand. So many choose to use the thorns from the rose in their protection spells. Like the rose itself, cool. The petals and the parts of the rose, it carries an air of protection, which is another reason why I like the idea of burning dried roses as cleansing, or I guess using the spritz, because it cleanses, but it also has this aura of protection, and of course it leaves that dreamy residue after it's done. But the thorns are particularly powerful for protection. And also
I just want like a little jar of them.
A little jar of thorns. Yeah.
Yeah.
And people, I've read that some people will use thorns in the rose thorns in the place of, well, I guess any thorns in the place of nails, protection jars and things like that. You know, sometimes you'll want to put like a nail or something in it. You can use thorns. It's also good for return to cinder spells. I once saw somebody online say that they liked to use the rose thorn to carve their candles for your candle magic.
That's cool.
Yeah, to just have a little, I guess you would just break off a piece of a stem and you'd have your thorn and you could use that to kind of carve and to kind of bring that protection, like especially if you're doing candle spells for protection, it would be cool to actually use a protective element to do so. If you are choosing to use rose and works more love-oriented and about romance and that kind of stuff, many recommend to remove the thorns prior to that spell work. Remove, which makes sense. I get that. If you want to remove that sting that a thorn can bring, you might want to remove that before doing your acts of love if you're using the whole rose.
Right.
Roses are big in glamour magic or in beauty spells. Because of its soothing nature, blended with its aphrodisiac qualities, it is said to open the heart to sensual experience, which could be good if you're doing your summer fling romance spell. Use it in works of love, sex, self-love, attraction.
Love.
Use it in works of love, self-love, love attraction, love charms, romance is the name of the game. This should have been like a Valentine's Day topic now that I'm thinking about it. Because I was about to be like, this is great for Valentine's. That already passed.
And that's gone.
And that happened. Rose has more presence in the bedroom than just, like, humping kind of stuff.
Oh, great.
Humping. So, sleeping on a sachet of rose petals is said to protect your dreams. Drinking rose tea promotes prophetic dreams, especially when taken right before bed. Rose tea also helps discover and develop our, psychic gifts, as well as instilling a sense of confidence and self-love from within. Rose tea is something that is otherworldly in its beauty to me.
Is it just rose?
I see a lot of citrus elements with rose, so like a rose orange. I've seen it with bergamot, you know, that kind of stuff.
Because I have a big ass, like I have like a 2-pound bag of rose petals.
Why do you have, rewind. Why do you have a 2-pound bag of rose petals?
Well, I got it to make teas with. And
okay.
I've steadily been running through it, but it's still like half full. So I have like a pound of rose petals, and I want to make some just pure rose tea. Can you do that? Or is that just like drinking perfume?
I see, that's the thing. You can do it. I just don't know how tasty it's going to be. I would add it to something herbal. That
I usually mix it with nettle, which is fine. But I feel like I like that idea of like dried orange peel and shit in there.
Yeah. You know those teas that have like fruity bits in
like
them?
Blue Moon.
Like Blue Moon, thank you. Yeah.
Bright Witch Brews. I need to order some of that.
Blue Moon. But you can take this concept of the tea and take it a step further. Now, I wrote this before knowing what you were going to talk about, so just stick with me here. You can make a bath with rose.
There we go.
And here I wrote, if you're like me and don't have a tub, you can always make body scrub out of whatever is being suggested to use for a bath. Now, know your body, have common sense. If you're not diluting it in a bath, you don't want to put the same level directly on your skin. You know, you can dilute a teaspoon of peppermint into a bath. Well, a teaspoon's still probably a lot for a bath, but my point is you wouldn't want to put that directly on one spot of your skin. So just use a little bit of common sense, but you can kind of scrub down with maybe some salt or Epsom salt or even sugar. I think sugar and rose would probably go together to make a nice, a little lovey-dovey, kind of a little sweetness to it. But that being said, a rose bath will enhance it's said to enhance clairvoyance, open the third eye, get that that intuition going, as well as attracting all of the good stuff that rose is associated with. So have yourself a rose bath and some rose tea and just turn into the concept of love.
There you go.
Rose brings to our attention, and this is beautiful. I saw this today, and it was one of those things that I read and was just like, whoa. Rose brings to our attention that pain will pass. When our hurt seems everlasting, Rose is there to say, like, yeah, this hurts but you're allowed to feel that. And you can feel that for as long as you need to. It's not one of those kick the door in, like, let's get over it right now kind of things. It just reminds us that time heals or at least lessens all things. Mm-hmm. It also brings luck. It attracts creativity, money, and is a wonderful / loving offering for spirit. It is said that when you leave rose as an offering for spirit, it attracts spirits of a good nature. So you can...
I'd believe it.
They're just, you gotta imagine, you probably don't get that many things. And while some of our offerings are powerful, and I'm thinking like bay leaf or various other herbs that you can leave as offerings, sometimes they're not like just that awesome smelling.
You know, it's not like smelling a big bowl of rose petals, you know.
And be like, oh, this is just for me. So it's gonna, even if you don't necessarily, like if you're open to working with spirit, it's not necessarily just going to be for the ones that you're putting it out there for. Like they'll bring some friends along, which is nice. I always like the idea of attracting good, helpful, good-natured spirits into the home. Mm-hmm. And because why not? Rose attracts the fae. Because of course it does.
I'd see that. Yeah.
I
want to build a fae garden out in the woods this summer. Like just like a little clear spot in the woods and have like a little offering stone there with like some little houses and shit.
You want help with that? Or is this a private thing?
Do you want to help me build that?
I mean,
because I'm okay with that.
I would totally be into that. That would be a lot of fun. And I also need to look into how gnomes and the fae like work with each other. Do they hate each other?
I see. Here's the thing. So when I say more often than when I say the fae,
woodland
I mean
spirits.
All of the forest. Woodland forest spirits. Your gnomes, your sprites, your fae. All of them. And I feel like in my personal opinion, I've never met either. But I feel like the gnomes would tolerate the fae and the fae would tolerate the gnomes, but they coexist in the same fae realm.
Right. Yeah. They're of the same dimension, but...
Yes, that's the word I'm looking for, dimension.
That being said, I'm sure someone will pop onto Facebook and tell us how wrong we are. But right, I'm with you on that. Okay.
We're probably very wrong.
Who knows? Or exactly dead ass right.
Well, the thing is I feel like the reason I think that is because I think that there's already gnomes and shit in my woods.
Yeah.
And I know there's already fae in the woods, so I know they're already living together.
Yeah.
So
they're living together.
I think they live together everywhere.
If we just make the space nicer, it's not like they're gonna...
You don't want to piss off a gnome.
I don't want to piss any of them off. Let's just not do any of it. I'm too scared now. Anyway, when you start doing that, let me know because I want to be invited.
Okay.
Rose. So, like many other things in witchcraft, the color of the rose can carry different meanings. A lot of these are going to be similar to other color correspondences, like candle magic and the vessel color, the color of the vessel that you put your moon water in, things like that. But basically, red roses equal to love, sex, good luck, very uplifting. If you've been having a kind of a sour time of life recently, it's that if you scatter some red rose petals around and kind of let it sit. What was the other thing? Was it marjoram that you could kind of sprinkle on your floors?
Yes.
And then vacuum or sweep back up? Sort of the same thing. Sprinkle it up and then sprinkle it up. Sprinkle it out and then sweep it up, and it's going to leave behind this uplifted, kind of cheery vibe. White roses are tied to moon magic and reverence. Pink is beauty, gratitude, admiration, and emotional healing. Yellow is material blessings, luck, joy, and friendship. And orange is ancestors, eagerness, and success. So depending on your needs, you can kind of pick a different color of rose there. And to wrap up, I have an easy rose water recipe. You need some rose petals. You need some water and a bottle. Place and this is very approximate. This is seriously easy. So if you have more, if you have less, just adjust accordingly. So place about a half cup of roses into about 2 cups of water and bring it to a boil. Once the boil is reached, turn the temperature down and let it simmer for about 5 minutes. After that, you're going to turn the heat off, allow it to cool naturally before you do anything with it. Then you'll strain it into your bottle, and then boom, rose water. It's done. It's good for about a week or so after you make it. But you're going to store it in the fridge and use it for dressing candles, room spray for scent or for cleaning, facial toner, smooth skin irritations, Add it to your tea. Use it in ritual. The list goes on and on.
Whatever you want.
Really, whatever you want. Lastly, I have a quote from Isaac Hayes. If you enjoy the fragrance of a rose, you must accept the thorns which it bears.
Oh.
Isaac Hayes, everybody. Great.
Wow.
The best philosopher of our time, Isaac Hayes. So that's Rose, man.
I loved it.
That was the soft bitch episode.
Soft bitch.
I've got our first can of review footage since the spooky-sode.
I'm ready for it. I'm starving.
I haven't eaten since the spooky-sode. Since before the spooky-sode. Jesus! This one comes to us from November Rain. You know that song.
Pretty.
It's called Happy Place. Thank you both for your funny, informative, and inspiring podcast. You brighten my day. Keep singing and swearing. I'm right with you. Those are two things that I don't think we're going to stop soon, so.
That's very true.
If you're still interested, Anahata's Purpose is coming up, and act fast. There's a limit of 400 people.
Yeah, there's a limit of 400 spots for the whole of the event. So we already know, okay, I don't know if you saw this in the Facebook group or not, but there's like a whole like bean village that's forming in cabins, like a cabin bean village.
That is amazing. I think that the cabins are, there's only a handful of cabins, and I think it's going to be almost exclusively beans. So
it seems like the beans are, it's going to be the bean can. And
the bean can, that's the bean can. And if you guys, we're seeing a lot of people who are wanting to go, but they're kind of scared of going alone. You may be traveling alone, but once you get there, you're not
going to be alone, period.
It's happening on the grounds of Camp Oak Hill in Nottingham, Pennsylvania. There's going to be over 75 different activities, including yoga, nature immersion, live music, adventure activities, honoring our ancestors, ceremonies, classes, tarot classes, chakra lessons, breathwork, herbalism, Reiki, and much more. We'll also be there. We're going to be doing a live show.
We will be there. One live show.
Just one. You get one. And if you want to save a little bit of cash on that ticket, Macy, what's that code? For their $10 off.
WITCHBITCHRETREAT.
That's WITCHBITCHRETREAT. Get more info at anahataspurpose.com. Macy, if you'd like to advertise with the WBAH, if you'd like to advertise with if you want to get down with the WBAH, where can you go?
You can go to advertisecast.com/The Witch Bitch Amateur Hour.
Hell yeah. We have one email address. Just one. Maybe more in the future. Who fucking knows? It's wbahpodcast@gmail.com. InstaJim is taking a little bit. He's recouping a little bit after the spooky-sode. He was out and proud for the spooky-sode. Now he's at home. He's having a cup of soup. He's chilling
busy. No, you can't take back the fact that he's busy sucking on his candy panties.
I mean, he is. But in the privacy of his own home. Really. He's got...
At least, for once, he's at home doing it in the privacy of the walls.
And all he can think about is how much he can't wait to get out and show you how good he's gotten at sucking on his candy
absolutely.
Panties. But if you're interested, we do have an InstaGym at...
The Witch Bitch Amateur Hour. It's
no.
the only one that's right. Oh, just Witch Bitch Amateur Hour.
Yes. We have one Twitter where we one tweet at
Chow.
Come eat with us over on Facebook at Witch Amateur Hour.
No, bitch, on Facebook.
We have a Patreon, which is, I just turn into Porky Pig every time.
You did.
It's fun. Patreon.com/WBAH podcast. And tell us about Saucebox. Saucebox.
Ugh, Saucebox.
What's it to you, Saucebox?
Saucebox. You know what? I feel like she's mad at us. I can just feel it.
She's giving you, there's a little bit of cold shoulder coming.
I feel like that. Yeah.
She's still salty about the wedding, I think.
I think she is salty about the wedding.
Well, she's gonna have to get over it. She's gonna have to get over it. But if you wanted to send a little handwritten letter telling her where she can stick it and telling her to stop being so salty, you can do that at P.O. Box 865,
Canton, Texas 75103.
Well, hell yeah, there all that is.
There it is.
I'm excited. I'm a married lady, so I will not be using these flowers for that purpose.
No.
But, and you are too now, you old married bitch.
Send Sawsbox lilacs, because she'll be single forever.
That's right. Make her accidentally wear a lilac and then she won't ever be with anybody.
Somebody go there. I know that y'all have gone there before. Somebody go there. Just tape a lilac to the P.O. box.
If somebody goes there and they tape a lilac and they take a picture, we gotta do something. You get like a hat.
We'll figure something out.
We'll give you a shirt. Something will happen. Or we'll forget entirely. Who knows? Well, that wraps it up for this episode of the WBAH podcast.
That's us.
That's the little one. That was the little hornies. That was the soft bitch.
The soft bitch, little hornies. The little horny soft bitches.
The horny soft bitches. Gross. Which is just a big puss.
Rose is a big puss. Oh God. I'm glad to know that Rose is a big puss. Rose ain't got shit on Patchouli. She's a big old puss.